Y'all, we had a really bad fire last night and we weren't even home. That's a really scary thing. We weren't home. So if it weren't for some really nice lady, we could have lost all of this. But let me back up, start from the beginning. So we're out having supper with some good friends of ours that came to town to see us. And when we got home, I was about to go in the front door on the other side of the rig. And a very nice lady came by and said, "Did the office call you?" And I'm like, "No, I never heard my phone ring." Come to find out they did. I didn't hear the phone ring. She said the fire truck was here, the electrical company was here, everybody was out here, and there was a fire. So I went to the other side. She showed us a pedestal. You can see this, even in dark. It was dark, but even in the dark, you could see how charred this is, and with the light of our cell phone and stuff. So, come to find out, our pedestal started on fire. Not the pedestal itself, but this. This used to be a surge protector. Can you tell? But honestly, folks, this started on fire, and if it hadn't been for her walking by, I don't even know her name, but if it hadn't been for her walking by, walking her dog at night, then we would have never had anybody out here right away, and who knows how bad the flames could have gotten. Look, here's a pedestal. Here's our bedroom. That's our bedroom slide. If this would have kept going, or if this had been 2 or 3 in the morning when nobody's outside, what do you think would have happened? This whole thing could have gone up. You know the way RVs are built. They're built like a matchbox. I mean, that's pretty scary.
Okay, so my first thought is this was our second surge protector, and I'm like shook at this point because I'm like, what's causing it? Is it our rig? Or is it really the surge protector or whatever? And if it is our rig, then I kept thinking, I told Matthew, I'm like, well, from now on, we always have to turn the power off when we're sleeping, because this is our bedroom slide. We have to turn the power off at night, because that's like a scary thing. Like, I'm really shook about the whole thing, about why do we keep losing surge protectors and having fires at the pedestal. It's like, is this thing gonna go up in a blaze of glory?
Well, it won't be glory.
Well, I mean, I don't want to be, like a horrible way to go, like being like a charred French fry.
You were really shook up last night.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's get to the nitty gritty. I talked to the manager here and he told me what happened. Terrifically nice guy. But then I talked to our friend Kyle, who happens to be the co-founder and owner of Bald Bros RV Repair. He's in Texas right now and we're in Florida. So all he had was one stinking picture and our word on what we observed. But based on what he said, and based on the fact that Sean just told you that we've had a second surge protector burn up, although we caught that one, and if you're not familiar with that, the link will be down below. He thinks that this is our power cord. Somewhere in the end of our 50 amp power cord, there's either an open or a break or something, because the lady who saw this said it was arcing. If you don't know what arcing is, think of the McDonald's arches, but it's electricity. Electricity doesn't have a wire to go through, so it goes from here to here through the air, or maybe in this case through whatever this molded rubber or plastic is. And so there was arcing, and obviously that caught this. It was all burning, and they put it out by simply turning off the breaker. So back to Kyle. He said, I think your problem is, since you've had 2 pedestals, 2 surge protectors in 2 different cities, your problem has to be your cord. And right here, it might be hard to tell, but this is where, as our friend pointed out, this is obviously where the fire started, or where everything happened. And this must be where in the end of our cord there was a problem. There was an open or a break or something, and you can't see that. There's no screws to take out here. This is molded rubber, molded plastic. So we're obviously not going to be able to use this again. So having heard Kyle say that about what he thinks caused the fire, how does that make you feel?
I feel a little bit better. I mean, I'm still upset about it, but the fact that it's just the cord and he doesn't think it's any bad stuff coming from the RV itself.
Because we weren't running the AC, we weren't running the air fryer, none of that was on, just a few lights. We weren't even home, so it's not like we had a massive power draw.
And the cord is 5 years old, so I guess now we're gonna start testing our cords, like maybe once a year, twice a year for continuity, like do the continuity test. And I'm not no electrical guru here.
So stick around because we are going to eventually test our extension cord, which we weren't using, so we still have that. And there's testing that we can do that he told us about to make sure that it's okay. All of our dog bones are going to be tested. All of our stuff that gets plugged in potentially between the rig and the power supply, whether it's a generator or a pedestal, is going to be tested. And we're going to bring you along for the ride and show you how to do that in probably a future episode. But for today, we've got our hands full.
And one thing you're probably thinking that the lady thought, she's like, well, you shouldn't be getting any power at all last night. We're like, we have solar, so.
We have 700 amp hours of lithium.
If it wasn't for our solar, then we wouldn't be having any power right now because we have no power cord. Like, we couldn't even charge up with the generator. And so now, because our surge protector fried and our power cord, we're on our way to Camping World.
Yay, Camping World.
It's like a common theme here. We have to travel. We're actually going to the Camping World in the Villages.
Everybody sing the song together now.
Right, how many of y'all have heard of the Villages? So I didn't tell you how our night was, so it was one of the hottest nights we've had in Florida since the first cold front moved through. It did not get below 77 in our bedroom.
No.
We couldn't run the AC because we have no way to charge back up, so we didn't want to run our battery power down. And so we had this little fan,
an oscillating fan,
that decided to make this horrible noise. I'm like, what is going on? And Matthew got up, banged on it, because I thought, okay, well, maybe something flew in it, and it was, I don't know.
I mean, it's not like we have a bunch of bugs in the RV, but that's what you think of.
And then he turned it back on, and then it was good, and then it did it again. And then we woke up this morning, it looks like the blade's coming apart. I tell you what.
But God is good. We are fine. All these little minor inconveniences, you can't let it really get you down. Yeah, it was kind of scary.
Very scary.
To think about in the beginning, it's like, what's causing all this stuff? But when you wrap your head around it, all this stuff can be replaced. We're fine. We still have peace and joy. We have the resources to replace the power cord. Camping World, the Walmart of RV stuff, is actually open, and they have a few to choose from. So they're all about an hour away, but you know, it's not that bad. It could be a lot worse. Like, our RV really seriously could have been taken out, because if that flame or whatever would have jumped a little bit to the RV,
It would have been bad, very bad. And we'll probably have to make a trip to Walmart sometime to get another fan. I don't know if that's going to be today, but our friends came into town, Deb and Joel, and we were supposed to go to Cedar Key with them. And so maybe we'll get back in time and at least salvage half the day. So it's not going too well. Busy. They weren't this busy when we came in the last time, but we came in the summertime.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, I see the Watchdog, Matthew.
Where?
Straight ahead. See it hanging there?
Oh, right here, yeah.
No, you see him? Right there.
Yeah. Bluetooth connectivity. This one has a replaceable surge unit too.
What does that mean?
So instead of the whole thing going to crap, if something happens and this protects us from the surge, part of this inside can be replaced, not the whole thing.
Already found yet another one. But this one has EPO, so what is EPO?
I don't have any idea. I mean, I should, but I don't. 50 amp plus EPO. Smart surge protector. Replaceable surge module, just like that one. It has Bluetooth. I don't know what EPO is. I'm sure I'm going to look it up, but I don't know what it is now. Oh, monitor and remote and control your RV remotely from anywhere on the planet. So it's not just Bluetooth. As long as your rig has power, this has power, you can monitor from anywhere and know if there's a bad thing going on.
All right, so Matthew found the power cord. Now, I think he also wants to replace, what is it, the right hand angle thing?
The right angle adapter. Yeah, this thing. So when you stick it into the wall of the RV, normally this is what's going to be in the wall, and you can see it's not a right angle. So this, all that tension is going to be hanging down. It's going to be prying it up like this. That's why they came out with these right angle adapters right into the wall, and it's not going to be out here with, if you understand leverage, there's not going to be as much tension pulling it this way. And over time, it's less wear and tear. Do we absolutely have to have it? No. but we're getting it.
Change of plans. Matthew wants the yellow one now. It's show and tell with Matthew.
This plugs directly into the RV. You with me so far? Look at the bottom of this. That's the same kind of plug. So this is the same kind of plug that can plug into the RV. This cord is meant to plug directly into the RV, or you could take your adapter and plug these together so you can use this, or if something happens to this, you can plug good old Mr. Cord right into it. Or for the same price, you get this bad boy. This is normally 190 bucks. It's on sale for the same price as that other one, but it has
5 extra feet.
5 extra feet. This is like more of a regular plug. So that requires this guy who goes right into the RV, but see, it's got a regular plug. So this cord will never be able to plug directly into the RV. It's 5 feet longer for the same price. I think that's what we decided on, because they're always going to sell these with the regular end on it. So in essence, we'll have 2 extension cords, but 5 extra feet. And as everybody knows, in RV world, every foot counts, because you never know where the power's going to be.
Well, when you have electrical problems, you have to replace all of it.
650 bucks later.
How do you feel about that purchase?
I feel good about what we bought. I don't feel good about how much it costs. That's crazy.
I thought you were supposed to put it on the...
Well, I'm countercultural. The slots in this are big enough to where I can just do it this way.
And you're going to put it on the other end that goes into the surge protector?
Yes. And from now on, I do not plan on unplugging this.
Did you plug it in wrong?
Yes, of course I did.
I was like, what is he doing? I can't with this one. I just can't.
Leave it up to me. I'll put it upside down.
I was even looking at him like, I don't think that looks right.
You ought to see me put together furniture. Now this is what I'm going to leave plugged in. I don't ever need to unplug this.
So you're going to plug that into the power.
Wow, that's big. Oh yeah, it has a locking ring. Oh, cool.
What do you have, stickers?
You pay $400, you get stickers.
Oh, cool.
I like this locking ring. Yeah, I like that a lot. This is huge.
Bigger than our other one?
Look how big this is. It's not taller, but it's wider. Man, this is huge.
Like wider than the first surge protector we had.
Yeah, all right, so obviously, oh, cool. All right, so you plug it into here, and then this protects it from the rain.
Really?
I thought of everything.
Okay.
But first,
you're going to make sure it likes the pedestal.
plug this into the pedestal. The burnt pedestal.
Oh my goodness. Which also has what? Brown widows?
Well, yeah, either black or brown. It's one of them.
Okay. Ooh. It's white.
I'm assuming that's all you need to know is that that's on, right?
I heard it click.
Yeah. All right. Turn this back off.
Okay.
All right. There's our cord.
I could ask them real quick. So when you turn the Watchdog on and it lights up white, does it do it that quick?
So at least with mine, it'll light up white,
Yeah.
and then it'll assess itself, and then you'll hear it click.
I heard it click.
Yeah.
So like with our surge guard, it made you wait like 10 seconds. This doesn't do that?
No.
Okay.
As soon as it clicks, you're good to go.
Okay, cool.
And it doesn't say you're good, it's just if it's white,
Correct.
it's
If it stays
good.
white, that whole face will turn red, and then there'll be codes down here.
And I'm assuming your phone will tell you too.
Yes, your phone will tell you.
Once you get that all hooked up. Okay.
So I already have grease on this since I plugged it into the other one. So
Just watch
Come on,
everything,
stop moving your head.
Matthew.
I like this. That's. Oh, okay. I turned it off, right?
It's off. Well, at least it'll cover up the burnt spot. And then it.
I like that. a
Oh,
lot.
that's neat.
Yeah.
So that should protect it from the rain. It's white.
Wow. Wait a second and you're done. Now I've got to connect it to the app. I'll do that later off camera.
Alright, y'all, this is our fan. It died on the same night that our power caught fire, or a power cord, so it was 77 degrees, and we didn't have a fan or any AC. So what do you think? I mean, I'm thinking the inside is like, what? Going wonky?
And you said it died, but obviously it's working, but it's something is rubbing in there. It's making a horrible noise. Try sleeping with that. Something's loose.
Yeah, that's what I meant. It didn't really die like Mikey said it's running, but we woke up to this, and yeah, you can see the dust flying off because they had these things welded or something where we can't take them off to clean it, because I was going to clean it the other day, and now you can't take it off to screw whatever that is. So I think it's time to get a new fan. We've had this for years.